Alright, here we are making some creamy orzo with zucchini and tomato, some spinach in there as well. You're going to start with orzo, zucchini, tomato, spinach, crème fraîche in the fridge. I'll pull that out later. First, I'm going to just dice up this zucchini into nice little pieces. I like to take the top and the end off just because those get beat up in the store. Then we're going to cut it in half. We're going to then quarter it, and then we're going to dice this up into about 1/4 of an inch size pieces. I find that that's the sweet spot to not get too soft while sauteing and keep a little bit of bite. Do that to your whole zucchini. This is a portion for 2. This is for me and the wife. So if you're doing it on your own and you really like zucchini, you can use a whole one, but otherwise I would do a little less than that. Always make sure you rinse your tomatoes off when you get them from the store. I like to cut them in half just to help them kind of fit a little better into the bowl and also get warmer throughout. I don't like having to bite into a tomato and it just explodes. I think that kind of ruins the dish. They're going to be sitting here until close to the end of the dish, so I salt them now just so they kind of take in that salty flavor. I'm going to blanch some spinach briefly. This is unsalted water and it's not full boil yet, but it is hot, and I'm just going to throw that spinach in there for about 1 minute. Just want it to cook slightly and retain that nice green color. Try to keep it submerged as well as you can. And after about a minute, just pull it out, throw it onto a dry paper towel just to soak up that water so it's not sitting in it. Then at this step, once you have that all out, cook your pasta in the same water. I'm just going to come in and salt it nicely so I can cook in this water. I didn't salt it beforehand because I don't like what that does to the spinach. And then we're going to throw in our orzo. I never know how much orzo to use for one person, for 2 people. Doesn't matter, so watch that internal struggle here of constantly seeing how much is left in the box and then adding more. I do this every time and I always make too much. Same time, you're gonna, once that pasta's in, add oil to your pan, get that hot so we can start cooking the zucchini. Once it's hot, go and throw your zucchini in there. As always, make sure you throw some onto the floor as you do it. Wouldn't be me cooking without that. And then we're going to get that nice and hot in there. You're going to salt it. You're going to pepper it. All things that you like. You can add what other spices you prefer. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder here because I don't like whole garlic in this recipe. And then just start to cook them down a little bit. Throw them around. Obviously throw some zucchini on the floor there as well. And just get them nice and cooked. The point is that the vegetables should take as long as the pasta takes. So with about 3 minutes left in that pasta, throw in your tomatoes. The point here is not to cook those tomatoes, not to blister them or anything. You're just trying to get them warm and cooked down the slightest little bit. Toss them around, let them take in. They are already salted, so you're just trying to coat them in a little bit of oil at this point. Check your pasta while you're there. Turn down your heat on the vegetables once you're getting real close. You don't want them to overcook. And I like to kind of flatten them out a little bit just to make sure everything has space on the bottom of the pan. If things are sitting on top of each other, they won't heat as well. Now it's time to test that pasta out, see if it's ready. I like to use a little spoon just because orzo is very difficult to grab. That was good to go, so now let's drain it. Orzo is a real pain in the butt to drain. It sticks to the pan, sticks to the strainer. But just do as good as you can. A little leftover water is not going to hurt anyone. And now to make the sauce, step 1 is about 2 good tablespoons of olive oil. Then the best part is the crème fraîche. This is what makes it creamy and delicious. I know it's weird. It was weird to me at first, but this is fantastic. Start with 2 good spoonfuls through. Turn on your heat a little bit, and then just mix this thoroughly. You'll see it start to really combine into this nice looking sauce. This is after about a minute. It's not as creamy as I want, so I am going to go grab another handful here. Well, not handful, a spoonful of crème fraîche. And that's all you need to do. You can salt this and pepper it to your like. I have it right where I want it. And then at this point, throw your spinach back in. Once you do that, mix that thoroughly also. The spinach is not going to look nearly as much as you thought, as always, no matter how much you make. And just incorporate that. You're really just trying to warm the spinach up and make sure it's kind of well combined at this point so every bowl has the right amount. And now it's time to plate. I like to just try and grab as much spinach for each half as I can, rather than, this was a little too much orzo, so I consciously grabbed some spinach there. And then try to evenly distribute your veggies on top. I don't like to mix them in the pot because I find that smushes the tomatoes and the zucchini in the mixing process. If some of that sauce comes out, that's great too. It's just yummy, salty olive oil with some tomato juice in it. And as with every good dish, end with a little parm over the top. It's already creamy enough, so you don't really need to put this in the pasta. I just like a light grazing over the top. And there you go. Whole dish took 15 minutes at most. Let me know what you guys think.